All right.
What's up?
Sorry for the delay. The handful of you that have been out there waiting patiently. So very kind. Welcome to the KotoKai Workbench.
Jay, Julius, Tom Staten.
113. Oh, Staten just rolled in. What's up, Thomas Staten? How you doing?
What's good, guys?
Master Julius, what it is. What do we have going here? We got
Hello.
Manny. What's up, Manny? Of course, out there at 8:30. Ty Furious rolling in well. Good vibes always. Always good vibes. John Lynn doing a woo. You'll hear about tomorrow with the new episode of the Built Sideways podcast.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I remember recording it. Got my little dimple to come out. Look at that. Oh.
It's a big weekend for Gunpla, man. You get the Built Sideways. Pabs is doing his photo stream on Saturday. Mechanism tomorrow.
Yeah, and Pabs is on the Gunpla Talk Show. If you guys are into that shit, tomorrow at 6:30, Midwestern time, I think it is.
Yeah, I know it's early here on the East Coast, but
wow, John Lynn, what's up, Edwin? How you doing?
I am here.
He's like waving his Jesus arms around.
I turned the fan on.
Yes, of course. 6:15. Hey, there you go. Johnny on the spot. Bingo bango.
On the spot with the times. Yeah, I know. I was going to say, I remember being early because I know it's quite a bit before Mechanism starts.
Yeah, definitely. That's good. I always love when there's like proper spacing of things, you know. Like consideration taken for all of the stuff that goes on, because it's really rough when you like compete between the channels and stuff. I mean, some things you're gonna get, like Zach is on the other side of the planet, you know, so you can't.
A little tougher for him.
What you gonna do, you know? So like, or Josh, or those guys like James and them down there.
I also appreciate some of the earlier streaming content, because we all tend to start somewhere between like 8 and 10. But you know, every once in a while, man, you're done, you're eating dinner at 6-7 o'clock, and you're like, man, love to watch something right now other than
a little bit of content.
Yeah, what's going on? You know, so something on at a little different time is always good.
Righteous. Agreed. It's good to have a variety of things also to check out. So if you're out there and you used to stream, but you're not streaming much anymore because of various things that are going on, don't forget that you too can stream and have wonderful interactions. I look young as fuck because I trimmed up my hair crazy. Nice. I just realized that. Aside from my forehead lines that I've had since I was 7.
Yeah, that's just.
But I got rid of.
I have like crow's feet I've had since I was a little kid.
I got rid of the hawk and went with the
like the undercut.
I'm from the 90s, kind of. It's just because that's what I have. I only like a couple of guards, and I did it with a mirror and a mirror. So like shaving the back of your head, like because I'd cut my own hair.
Yeah, that's really hard because like the left is right deal, you know, like
and it is a little bit of like, all right, like that. Okay. And it's like you have to switch to do. Yeah. Anyways, my shoulders, I fucked up my shoulder real bad when I was like 17, and I'm like 42 now. So it's been a long time. Things don't work the same. Luckily though, I do have Colleen to help tighten the back up a little bit, because I had like a little ducktail that was back here of the top stuff that like, because I could trim it up and trim it out, but I couldn't like get to it. Anyway, where'd my hat go?
I don't think my big ass head with all this hair can even fit in a hat anymore. Like I'd have like one button.
With the hat on, I look exactly the same. Can't tell.
I just too much going on for a hat.
What's Manny got going on? He says something about hopefully he doesn't get striked. What are you talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. Got some content coming one day. Gonna be dope content strike, like copy strikes. What the hell?
I hope not.
Oh, thanks.
So,
all
what's
right,
up to you, man?
I am just about wrapped up on homeware here. I'm wearing this dope shirt.
What is that? What is coming up in there? Is it cats?
Those are cats
being taken by a UFO.
Cats being taken by a UFO. Yeah.
Instagram hit John Lynn for bullying on a Haro pic.
Oh yeah, somebody reported John Lynn's full-size Haro as bullying. What the hell is that?
Being a real ball buster.
He's funny because he's true. The Haro is a big ball.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Ha 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 ha! He's funny. Sorry, it's the guy that like explains the jokes.
Most cats are just going back home.
Yeah. All right, you gotta put a glove on.
Ooh.
Actually, I'm gonna put 2 on to handle this because you care about your shit. Put on your gloves. All right. I've just about got this thing finished. In regards to look at the shine, so many layers of gloss. On the
from a painting's perspective.
Yeah, from painting painting all the stuff. There's the numbers on the side. Don't they look? Aren't they lovely? Today I went in and painted all the tabs. I brush painted all the tabs orange, as they are supposed to be painted orange.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that this morning and clear coated because I did the work on there. They look nice there. I clear coated the work that I did on the number demarcations on the sides here. I did that.
The numbers are decals?
No, the numbers are painted.
Painted numbers.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Masked and painted those on. They're slightly larger than the decal. I like the way that they look this size though. They're fractions of an inch, like wider in areas.
Piss off the ribbon counters.
It doesn't matter because it's all hand painted and all the stuff that was painted in the field was different anyway. So funguli. Yeah. So some of the masking and the painting turned out really good, like on the top, and then parts of it are a little bit rough, like here on the sides. And the reason that it got a little bit rough in there because I was looking at it after the fact, and I was like, "How did it get so rough?" There is like a ton of little panel line detail in there. So when I do my oil work and my washes and stuff, that's just gonna all disappear. All the like roughness on the separations between the different colors. So that is not a worry. I was a little bit worried for a second. I was like, well, yeah, I mean, I know I can go back through and painstakingly paint it all out, but it's just gonna go away with oil. So
I mean, again, cool. You're thinking, that didn't come from the plane manufacturer with those markings on.
No,
there.
This
they
is like
marked them up in the field.
Yeah,
probably with no guides, right? Like probably with just a brush and just. Whoosh.
They would do it with these. The Germans did most of their stuff with spray, like big spray cans.
Yeah, so even worse, they're not like masking the plane off. They're probably just.
I think that they did.
Yeah,
actually, for some of it, yeah, they did. Like the faded stuff on the side was done, by hand, and there's a bunch of crazy stuff. But they would do like it's nothing fancy. It's literally the same thing that I'm using. Crepe tape and paper is all that they would use, and it would just be like, all right, kind of measure it and put a piece of tape, and then spray next to it, and then put a piece of tape over that and spray next to that, and and that's all that it was. It wasn't like, high end shit. They're not there with like detailing stuff like that, but they would, they would like tape it off and.
I'm sure I would be willing to bet like the white stripe on that the pedal is probably like the
Yeah.
width of a certain amount of pieces of tape, right? Like it's probably
Dude,
like
yeah.
1 or 2 pieces of tape next to each other is that
You
width.
have to be 100% right, I think, on that.
Because
And
I doubt they were like, laying it out and getting the ruler out and like
yeah, that was a pain in the ass to figure out how exactly I was going to get all of those things to match up. And then it was just, referencing the imagery that I have and all that to try and get it there. So this is cool. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just about to the point where I can do decals. Actually, technically, I could start putting decals on it right now. Yeah, and it's not a ton of decal work then. It's just the like don't tread on me, like no step markings and the little fancy stuff like the little heart from Eric Hartman and warning labels and stuff. But that's gonna be pretty fun. I'm stoked to do it. I got another couple projects coming up, plus that core build off that I want to finish. So pretty hyped on that. How's your Hayaku Shiki?
I haven't worked on anything in the last couple of days. It's been a little hectic with some side stuff going on. So
you just got back from a bit of a vacation, didn't you?
Yeah, a bit of vacation. We've had a couple of thankfully not COVID scares. My wife and I are both fully vaccinated, but COVID scares for other people that were, somewhat close to our family members. And then my son started school on Tuesday, and there's been a lot of figuring out, like how that works with dropping them off, picking them up, stuff like that.
Of course. How's that going?
Really well. It's just chaotic the first week trying to figure it all out, right? So
sure.
And then I don't know if I've talked about this, but I took a promotion about 2 weeks ago.
I didn't know that.
Congratulations. Thank you. So, but it's just been more at work as well. So I get home and I'm usually pretty shot the last 2 weeks. So hoping to get back into it this weekend. We're supposed to get a lot of rain. So I'm hoping to just hang out in the
little downtime.
Get a little downtime, man. That's what I'm hoping for. So it's all not bad stuff, but just, energy sapping. Let's put it that way.
Let's see. Oh shit. Here we go. Well, that's good. I'm glad that everything's going to be sorted out with your son and going to school and all that soon. And
it's going great. He's super excited and stuff. And but yeah, my wife took kind of partially the week off from work, so our whole kind of morning routines and afternoon routines and everything just kind of got thrown into the chaos, right?
Right.
Thank you, Julius.
Yeah, I got a couple of comments out here in the questions too. So Typhoria says that the cats are just going back home in the UFO, maybe. Manny asks, are airplanes glossy or satin? Yes. Actually,
and semi-gloss and maybe flat.
I think that they are most often a mix of satin and matte and weathered stuff because they got beat up and flying through the air, especially if you're in say you're in the African campaign of World War II, or anywhere around there, even in Egypt or whatever, you're gonna I said Africa.
I'm sure
you're gonna sand.
Which model matters too, right? Because you have more contemporary stuff is coated, let's say, and it's a little flatter.
Even still, man, those Phantoms their nose cones get blasted by sand, and it just wears.
But I mean, their out of the factory paint finish is probably a lot flatter than what it was, 60 years ago when all they have is lacquer paint. So it was much harder to get that flat tones. Or you go back even further to a raw aluminum shell over a wooden frame. It's going to be raw aluminum, which is somewhat shiny to start with, at least.
True. Yeah, I think that the planes that are less shiny go actually slightly faster for whatever reason. Something about the shine having an issue with drag.
That's weird. I mean, you would think, right? A shinier, smoother surface, less wind resistance, but maybe there's probably something else to it that I don't really think about. Maybe heat or something like
that. Thomas Stanton says, has anyone watched the first episode of What If yet? Yes.
What is What If?
It's streaming on Disney Plus. It's the animated Marvel What If Tales.
Oh, right. I haven't even heard of it.
Cool. Check it out. Yeah, they announced it in the stuff. Yeah. They keep talking.
Tomorrow is Evangelion.
Oh, right.
1.01.
So it's the last. It's
the last of the rebuild movies. I'm sure most of you guys are probably fully familiar with this, but it came out, I want to say, in March in Japan, and I think they did theater releases here as well, but COVID was still pretty prevalent at that point, so I didn't go. But tomorrow it releases on Amazon Prime in Japanese at like 25 different languages, including English. So I watched most of Evangelion in the dub. So I'm excited to kind of wrap that up. Yeah, it's the last of the rebuilds. So pretty hyped for that. I'm probably not going to stay up tonight to watch it. We'll see. But I'll definitely catch it right when I get home from work. Mad hype, yes. I'm excited. I've enjoyed the rebuilds. I like how they weren't just remakes, right? I guess in their title you kind of figure that out. But yeah, and they have basically the same cast as the original dub. So that's cool. Why if? Yes, why if? But yeah, that should be
why if?
Pretty cool. You haven't watched any of the rebuilds, right, Brian?
I have. I saw the first one and part of the second one. I saw them. They were on YouTube randomly. I don't think that they were translated. It was real raw, and they seemed okay. It was interesting. I really liked the first one because it they added a bunch more like CG animation to the angel fights, and they brought a lot more of that into it, which I thought was super awesome. And then they started getting
is very close to obviously it's truncated, but it's very close to the original anime. Like mostly the same concept goes on, and then 2.0 at the end it diverts a little bit, and 3.0 is completely different. Like it's a whole new concept, and then we don't know what 3.0 plus 1.01 will be, but
because I think that I watched like 1, and then I watched 2, and then I started watching 3, and I got like part of the way into 3, and I was like, I mean, this looks really cool, but like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so they're gonna do they are going to release all of them on Amazon Prime, so you can watch 1, 2, 3, and then 3 and 1. So who did you buy all the individual parts and runners from? I'm guessing you're talking about the spare parts for the Hayaku Shiki. I got them from Mecha Parts Guy.
Mecha Parts Guy.
Yeah, so if he's got a website, I'm assuming it's mechapartsguy.com, or if you just Google Mecha Parts Guy. And then he has a list of all of the kits that he has either parts or runners from. So he'll either sell you parts and or runners. Like some kits he doesn't have a whole runner for. He may just have certain parts, or he may just sell certain parts, like, K12, or he may sell you the whole runner, and he separates them based on grade and universe on his website, so they're pretty easy to find. I think Verka is its own thing, but yeah, it's pretty cool. One, if you obviously lost something, and then, or two, if you want something specific for maybe like another build, like if you were like, hey man, I want an extra set of Zeta arms. I don't know why you would want that, but just saying, to like build a 4-arm Zeta. I don't know. Maybe if you know what runners you could you could get that, or if you want a gun or something, you could probably usually a lot of times weapons come all on one runner, maybe outside the scope. So yeah, it's just a cool option. Cool. Or like I said, for me, I lost half of my Hayakushiki armor. I don't know what the hell I did with it, but
so to answer here questions about Ava to both John Lynn and to Michael Dawson. I started watching Evangelion back when it was on VHS, and it was just subtitles. And yeah, so yeah, y'all stay in your respective corners, I guess. So my general reaction to Ava is that I can explain the overarching story very, very well, including all of Death and Rebirth and End of and Platinum. But then when you get into that like extended stuff, like that's just, it gets out there. I don't know. Yeah,
to me, that's the fun of that series, though, is that you can interpret a good amount of things, like completely different ways. We talked about that, like when I first watched it, like, like the ending line when Shinji is choking Asuka and she says disgusting, and you can take it as, her being disgusted by him, or her being disgusted by everyone coming together and she hates being around people, or,
I think in the OG, she says pathetic. Is the translation, anyways?
Well, yeah. I mean, the translation from Japanese to English is not as like perfect,
fluid.
Right? Like,
yeah, it's not as
they may not have a word for pathetic or disgusting exactly.
Right.
They have something close. So there's a lovely amount of self-interpretation. Yeah, and all sorts of deep dark things, self-loathing, and all those wonderful emotions. And they throw it in after a good half of a mecha anime that you're convinced is just about big robots fighting each other. And then you're like, wait, what just happened here? But I loved it. I love Ava. So, and I love the completely different look of mecha, right? Like if you compare Gundam and Ava. I mean, I know Ava's not really mecha when you think about it.
Well, but anyway, when you get down to brass tacks,
but just the really different aesthetic and concept of how they would fight and stuff like that. It's cool.
If I ever I will eventually down the road build an addition. We're gonna do some work on the house down the road, years down the road. I'll have a modeling layer, I've been calling it. So it's building up in my head. But a place where I can have more of my shit out. I have a bunch of those old Evangelion figures, or I have like 3 old Evangelion figures from the late 90s, early 2000s.
Sure.
Like 24 point of articulation on at least one of them. The other one, I think my unit 2 broke, and I didn't have the cognitive capacity or the mechanical know-how to fix it at the time. But I think I kept the parts. I'm not 100% sure. I doubt I trashed it. Hope I didn't trash it, because I can still fix it. But yeah, so that I have like a unit 1 with like all the articulation and the hands and the different heads, and like so sick, man. They were so fucking cool in college. So that's when I was in college.
I have the real grade and I haven't built yet, and
me too.
I always look at it like when I'm ready to snap something. I'm like, and for something will catch my eye else, but every time I see someone paint one or something, I'm like, man, that's just a great looking kit. Obviously, I would love to see like a bigger scale just for my own selfishness, but
I have unit 4. I think it is the black one, right? I have a unit 4 that is like this tall. It's like a toy. That's like easily, maybe not that tall, maybe like 16. You're like 16 tall. It's pretty fucking big.
They're cool, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm hyped.
I got a lot of toys. I hope to have that'd be cool if I could have all my toys out. Or like have them on rotation.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait so I own the Platinum Edition of Evangelion, which was not easy to hunt down.
Dude, I know. I only have
at a reasonable price, but I got a really good copy of it, and I own 1, 2, and 3 of the rebuilds. So
yeah, I have 1, 2, 6, and 7. So I need 3, 4, and 5. I still have 5 and 6 from the OG DVD release, like when they took them from, anyways. So I'm only missing like a couple of chapters because you know how 1 and 2 for platinum are longer.
Yes.
Then yeah, and they cover more things. So yeah.
And I have End of Evangelion.
Oh, here we go. Ty says Unit 3 is the black one.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 is 4 the pink one.
I don't know.
From 3.0.
This gets beyond me.
3
is the black one. That's not Kaoru, is it? Because there was supposed to be one that was like the kid that like knocks him out was supposed to pilot as well somewhere in there, right?
Yeah.
There's like the two kids. I don't know how that goes in the later stuff, like how the whole is Shinji even in the later ones? Like,
yes, he is.
Everything becomes so Asuka centric that it's like.
Yeah, so she's not actually like that big in 3.0. Like her character is very memorable. I mean, as Asuka kind of is in general anyway.
She's very memorable. She's very like limited in the OG.
Yeah, like right. You go through not huge, but you go through decent sections without her really playing a part. You know, including obviously the beginning, and then there's that where she's kind of like has her really bad mental.
She has her breakdown.
Yeah, and she's not really relevant to what's going on in the story.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
But she's such a memorable character that, and her chemistry with Shinji is just kind of interesting. So, if anything, I think Rei plays a bigger part in the rebuilds, really, than she did in the originals.
I mean, she is the cloned essence of Yui Ikari. So.
Yeah. Shinji getting a damn robot.
AKA Ava Unit 1.
So many units now.
I know, dude. That's where it gets nuts. It used to just be 0, 1, and 2. And then there was 3, which was Kaoru's, I guess. Kaoru's Angel/Ava.
There's a good amount of mecha anime that came out this year. I was just looking at that. Let me pull it up because I thought it was interesting that we kind of obviously 86 was a big one, and we had Hathaway's Flash or
sure,
Hathaway. What was that other one's name? Back Arrow, which I thought was horrible. The Reconquista movie came out, but there were some other ones that I thought were a little more interesting. Is that new Sunrise mecha anime come out later this year?
I don't know. I have no idea, honestly.
I think
I've been really busy. I tried watching the newest season of Transformers with like the Primo
the Netflix
or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it. It lost
new anime. Yeah.
It lost its magic for me.
Kyokai Senki.
Bunch of the blood chat, or even like and the bros in like the chats will be potentially up in arms, but yeah.
I think there's like a newer. There's a newer Muv-Luv, a Eureka 7, and what the fuck is the name of that last one? Fafnir? Is that the name of it?
Fafnir?
Fafnir? I think there's a movie coming out for that. So anyway, it's just a good amount. And I would like more models of different mecha animes. I think it would be cool. I want to see more.
Truth.
I like.
But Evas are part human. They are humans and cells from Adam or Lilith. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's Lilith. That have mutated into monsters in essence, and they're bound by armor. That's my story.
It's gonna bother me. I'm gonna have to figure that out later. There was also that second part to SSS Gridman. I think it's like 4 S's and something else, which I didn't care for that either. But I'll have to check out their Eureka 7 movies because I watched the original anime and I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know if you've ever seen that, Brian, but they're big mechs that air surf.
Yeah, I have one of the Nervash.
Okay.
I picked it up at Comic-Con or Anime NYC in 2017.
Yeah, I would love to see more models from that series, especially something that could like collapse back down to the car looking.
Oh, right on. Yeah, no, I have the Nervash, the big surfboarding one, the red and white one, the big gigantic fucking surfboard. Pretty awesome. It's in the backlog. Got a lot of stuff in the backlog. One of these days here, gonna have to have a come to Jesus moment with the backlog.
I forgot about the Reconquista, whatever they call it, Reconquista G or whatever the fuck.
Reconquista in G?
Yeah, but it's like in Japanese, it's like G no Reconquista or something like that.
Sure.
Anyway, I forgot that they made those movies, and there were. I haven't either. So I hate Reconquista.
G-Reca?
Yeah, so I was kind of interested to see what the movies did to it.
Mm-hmm.
But Fafnir might have been last year. I was watching the original series not too long ago, but I really couldn't get into it.
Oh, which one were you watching? The one on Netflix or?
It's on like Funimation or something like that. I have it, but it's like the 2004 original one, and it's very much like Seed feel wise, which is strange because I like Seed, but I just can't get into it.
Yeah, I haven't seen G-Reco, so
not good. It didn't make any goddamn sense.
Well, yeah, that's what they mostly say. I do like some of the suits from it though, and I have used like parts from a couple of them fairly heavily, pretty decently done.
Yeah,
designs.
Those are really good.
Yeah, and the G Self is a cool looking kit. I got like one of the little high grade ones with all the extra shit.
It was perfect pack.
Yes, the perfect pack.
All of the shit on it.
It's so funny because like the Edward scale model kits of like World War II stuff are either like weekend packs or profi packs. So that like fucks my head a little bit. This is what I've been focusing on lately. But yeah, the perfect pack, G-Reca or G Self from the high grade. So nice. Fun little build.
I definitely think it deserves a master grade. I thought like with the movies coming out, it was the best chance. But maybe in the future one day. We'll see.
I wish they would give F91 like a decent reroll. That's one that they could use it. I would, honestly, I think that they're gonna continue and do in the style of like Hathaway and of Origin. They're gonna do like beginning Gundam, and they're gonna retell the OG series. Yeah, I think they're gonna go and give it the dress up that they gave Origin.
Well, I think part of Hathaway, remember like they came out with that thing, was it like 2 years ago, about how like Hathaway is kind of the split between early UC and late UC, and like they're gonna transition now to like late UC stuff, and they have a couple of projects coming up. So I wouldn't be shocked to see F91 get maybe like or Crossbone. I know everyone's real big.
Well, that's related. F91 comes before Crossbone, so
right?
It actually leads into Crossbone. It's where that all happens. Like Cosmo Babylonia then diverges off into, into like the Crossbone Vanguard. And that's part of Cosmo Babylonia.
Into like Victory and all of that stuff. Anna asked, "Do you think they'll make an IBO season 3?" And no, I don't. I think the story's over. So I think if they ever made any more IBO content, it'd be universe related, but not story related to any of the characters that are. Well, not many of the characters remained, but you get my point.
Yep. Yo, what up, Zach? And what up, Jay Santos? How you guys doing this evening? Yeah, the Grimoire. I had that too. The Grimoire is a fucking sick kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's plenty of good stuff, like good suit designs from G-Reco. But it just wasn't a very good series. Unfortunately.
Here we go. Anna Frame says, do you think they'll make an IBO season 3? I don't think so. Oh, yo, Thomas Staten. The Gastema is a fucking phenomenal kit. It is like one of my favorites. I have used so many parts of that kit. It is so good.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that the IBO universe is over. I'm just saying I don't think like you'll get season 3 as in a continuation of that story. You may get something, completely different. They already did like the mobile game that had cutscenes and stuff like that. But.
Right on. I think that if anything, they should do. It'd be nice if they did some Calamity War stuff.
Yeah,
because the cool shit was the Gundams, right?
For sure.
Like Sheens are okay, Grazes are okay, Roadies are okay, but think about it. All the Gundams, 70 of them, 4, whatever. Pretty cool.
Yeah, no, and it's got some, like with the devil names and stuff like that. It's got some cool concepts that I think would catch people, but
sure, and you can do some wild things.
They're going to continue. Like I think they wrapped the IBO story up, the Mikazuka, the Tekkaden story was wrapped up in a nice little bow. Like it came to a clean completion, which is something they've kind of not done a very good job of with UC stuff. Like it's always left, on purpose to some extent, but they always just like find a new way to find a new way to like make the same things happen over and over and over again. How many second comings of Char can there be? I'd love to see one where they like make fun of themselves.
A really super self-aware.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, they came out with a space battleship Tiramisu, and it was like a spoof of space battleship Yamato. So I'd love to see something like that. Yeah, the 8th coming of Char. He does have a kid, but I don't see them making his kid get the like the surgery and that kind of stuff. Like I just think the story's over.
But think about it. Maybe part of the soul of the Barbatos was transferred into the child through space magic and little blue mushrooms.
That's the other thing why I what's nice about IBO, right? Like there is no space magic really in IBO. Like the reason that they're the main characters OP is a biological reason, right? Like they came up with a good
biotech now.
Yeah, right. Like it's based in somewhat reality. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like far future.
I want more stories that feel of Hathaway's Flash.
Oh, that's cool.
No matter what universe the suit. Yeah, I mean, I know it had mixed reviews, but I actually really like. I mean, I think you can't really judge it just based on the first movie because it's a trilogy of movies, so you have to give it. I'm going to judge it when all 3 movies are out because if this one set up the story well, I'm fine with it. But I also know the story of Hathaway's Flash, and it's it should be really awesome, I think. And it was cool. Beautiful. It looked great, so that's always good.
Yep, all of it was good. All the animation was good. It was incredibly tight. None of it didn't make sense if you have like a general background, knowledge of like UC or of Gundam. Yeah, man, I liked it a lot too.
Yeah. Thomas Staten says that there's supposed to be a continuation of 00 coming sometime soon. Yes. Yeah, that the creator director, I can't remember, just was talking about it pretty recently. Like it was in the news 2 or 3 weeks ago. But yeah, hey, anything more. More Gundam is always good for me because more Gundam probably means more model kits, and that's why we're here, right? I want my master grade Kasi Gundam. It's not gonna happen, probably. It'd be fucking huge.
Is that the one opposite of Penelope?
Yes. Yeah.
You're insane.
I want it.
Do you have the high grade coming yet, or what?
I have the Mechanicore one coming.
Oh my god. Dude. Oh. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Oh, what up, Dokadel? How you doing? She says, raid. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So what is this monstrosity then that you've gotten? What is it in relation to like the Ziegler? Because you know the Ziegler is like the grail for me. So
significantly smaller than the Ziegler. I don't have it with me yet.
It sounds like a spirit. I don't have it with me yet. The spirit is not with me yet.
It hasn't blessed me with its presence yet. But from what I've gathered, it's like the size of the Beam Striker box wise.
Doku. What's up, Doku? You mean well. We appreciate you. Bless you. Bless your little heart. Your little blue-haired heart.
The size of B is 23 meters.
Oh.
And the Kasi Gundam is 26 meters. So it's about 3 meters taller.
9 feet.
Yeah.
It's a fair amount.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Closer to 8 feet.
I mean, the size of B is definitely pretty bulk.
I love me some size.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean,
oh, nice. Go. Jay Santos says, Michael Dawson, I'm getting heavy ass Flone vibes for your thoughts.
Fantasy focused Gundam show would be different. Fantasy focused, like how would that be?
How would that be different than any of the other Gundam?
Same chair? It's comfortable, man. It was fairly priced gaming chair from Amazon. Good ratings. So. It's cool.
Oh, what up, Brandon?
It's got a footrest. So
oh wait, what chair do you have?
It's what is it called? Killaby? It's comfy.
Nice.
It's the design is very similar to the one Colleen got, but the bolsters on the bottom section are definitely a little higher.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
How long have I had it, Zach? I've had this, God, definitely over a year, probably 2 years now. And it's held up well. I don't have any problems with it. Yeah, it had good reviews. I think what I was looking at the what is the popular brand? Secret Lab, I think. And it's like a very common, like popular advertised gaming chair brand, but they're like $400 or $500 for a chair. And I was like, yeah, I just don't know if I want to spend that kind of money on a chair. So I looked up, like alternatives, and it was, it had a good review on Amazon. So, and it was significantly less than half.
What up, Duels?
What's going on, man?
Smile Drummer. What's up, dude? And a long time great friend of mine. Let's not just say he was just my drummer. He's much more than that. Near and dear to my heart. Secret Lab is the popular chair.
Yeah. From all accounts, they're amazing, but I just
don't know what you're talking about.
That's the one. Frankie just got one. He posted a picture in the chat about it when he got it. It's expensive.
Bro. I can only
Keep up with so much.
Yeah.
This was not this week. This was quite a while ago. I could not keep up this week.
Obviously. Fucking duels. Oh man, look at this. Do I want to become famous? No, I don't. I want to be me. Zach says, what kind of music am I into? Man, I'm into a lot of different stuff. Mostly lately, I have been listening to like instrumental, like metal. I've been listening to a lot of like what is it? Run the Jewels and Aesop Rock and Prof. For like some of the older stuff, I've been listening to like the Good Morning Vietnam soundtrack and the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack because they're both full of like a bunch of classic jams that are super cool. Yeah, so my like listening is. I've also been listening to like Russian trap music. So like
Russian trap
music, yeah. So like I can't even understand what they're saying, but the beats are great. Lots of 808s, super fat, really nice. Yeah, so I listen to kind of a little bit of everything. Just depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I just listen to nothing though, and I keep my headphones in so people think I am listening to stuff.
Yeah, I do that. I do that at work. Like that's the don't bother me thing, or like I'm on a call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
No, be quiet.
That's pretty funny. But yeah, for all the new viewers, and this is what I have been working on recently. This is a 1 to 30-second scale Hasegawa's boxing of the Mr. BF 109 G14. All built and airbrushed. All the marks are airbrushed. All built on me. And yeah, it's been going along pretty well. As I drop the nose. And yeah, about to start laying down some decals on it. It's been going along pretty well. No complaints.
Yeah, it looks good. How much longer do you think you got time-wise?
Oh, well, see, I'm also sculpting a base for it out of, well, you know, epoxy sculpt, essentially. So, you know, I've got a while. And there's no rush, really, to get it done, unless I want to take it to, or send it off, I guess not take it, but send it off to SCGMC, the Southern California Gundam competition from those Gundam guys. I have the opportunity to do that. I have a couple friends going out there, but I have to, like, you know, send it. If that's going to go off, send it.
Send it.
We'll see. But yeah, so I'm probably going to spend another, you know, 50 hours, probably. Not a lot.
Like 2 or 3 days for you.
No, I work, so it ends up being quite a long time now. When I didn't have to commute and I didn't work, then it was a whole lot easier to get a whole ton of stuff done real fast. This is not the case now. That's okay though. So, I love this stuff. The black cement from Mister.
Ah, the good stuff.
Yeah, the good stuff. It's good, especially if you're like, because they're pre-painted the propeller assembly and the nose cone.
Mm-hmm.
But to get them to stick together, if I just use regular glue, it might eat through the plastic and show my ass. I don't want that. I can use the black glue, and it kind of hides itself.
Live music. Do they have that anymore? Is that a thing still?
Live music? No. I haven't seen live music in quite some time.
Me neither. Years, like time. Like years and years and years. I can't even think of the last thing I saw live.
Jules and I went to see Tool back in the day. That was pretty hype. Staples Center in Madison, Wisconsin.
I guess this was like, God, I don't think my son was born yet. So at least 5 years ago. We had like a local festival of some sort, and I saw. Who the hell was here? I saw Coheed and Cambria, and
Oh wow.
who else was there?
Yeah, Zach, I saw Tool on the same tour. I saw them on. They were touring prior to that too. They were touring on Anima, and I saw them at Ozfest, or part of them at Ozfest. Duels was there for that too. I've been knowing Dooley for a long time now, and since we're both knee high to a duck, and yeah, good shit though. I saw him at shit. Where did I first see him? Ozfest. Yeah, Ozfest Warp Tour, yo.
I saw it was what? Coheed and Cambria and Circus Survive were here as well.
Oh man,
That was a good day.
yeah.
I've been a fan of Circus Survive and Anthony Green in general for a long time.
Yeah, Colleen is a fan of Circus Survive.
Mm.
Which means, of course, that I too. See, now it locked in. It's like, I'm staying. But then I'll put the nose cone on it and be like, try to spin the nose cone. And it'll be like, ha, I got you, bitch.
Stuck.
It's because I painted the spindle. There we go.
Yeah, Coheed was a really good show. I mean, anytime you can hear Welcome Home live, that's always
There we go. All right,
cool song
back in
to hear.
business. Still shiny for now.
Shiny.
Really love the way that turned out. I like the landing gear. You can't really see the detail. I did a ton of detail work in there.
And then closed it up.
Yep. Because that's how you build these things.
It's the equivalent to like, spending forever painting the frame on a Gundam and then covering it up with armor, right?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's what we do, man.
So I'm still going to do it every time.
That is
Let's see.
what we do.
So I'm going to be building a Xeon kit soon, guys. Should take stock and figure out what Xeon kits I have.
There's only
I gotta-
maybe 3 Zakus at least.
I do have a couple Zaku's.
I don't
I have one here, active, actually.
What do I have Zaku-wise? I think I have one. I think I have the Psycho Zaku. That's literally it for Zaku's for me.
Oh yeah, I have in my possession one Psycho, one High Mobility, one Char's Dukedom, Xeon Dukedom. It's an older one. I've got on the way tentatively. I have another Psycho, and do I have another Zaku yet? No, because I got rid of it. I gave Steve my my ogre. That was the other Zaku I used.
Oh, okay. I have Char Zaku built, but that's in master grade and high grade. But I had like the origin high grade, which was a great kit.
Yeah, I have the Thunderbolt with the big gun.
The big gun. The big gun
That's so
itself
cool.
is so cool.
Yeah, there's a resin kit of the big gun out there that I want to get. It's steadily climbing in price.
Is it 1/100?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I know, right?
Yes.
So I will be getting that one of these days. Down the road, it'll happen. To figure out that time though. What time is that?
Time is time.
When I can afford it. Time is time. What is this? A Terry Pratchett book? I do have the high mobility here. I could build that one up.
Yeah, what color is the high mobility?
The one I have is purple and white.
Is it a TriStar high mobility?
It's R1, yeah. It's the R1A. Saku 2. The 6R1A. I found it randomly at the Red Caboose. And it was like sitting there, and I was like, oh, fucking high mobility Zaku, that's so cool. Fuck. And I was like, oh, and I got a bunch of stuff already, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna get out of here with my like collection of weird oddities, because I love to buy weird oddities and tools and stuff and paint, because that's where I used to get my mission model before I started getting it from Zach Bly out at Galactic Toys. If you guys aren't getting your mission model paints from there, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Or paints in general, they have a great selection.
A great selection of paints, like no lie. Yeah. So yeah,
a good amount of Gaia paints from them.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They got the good shit. But yes. Anyways, I walked out of the store, as I often do, sad, and went down the street and quickly where I could get reception, because the store was in the basement in Midtown and like 50th Street or whatever.
Yeah,
51st Street, right down from Book It. Paul, we were right there, and
yes. Which was also a cool store.
yeah. Paul and I got a chance to hang out together in 2018. That was fun.
A Book It or a Book Off?
Book Off. That's
Book
right.
Off.
Book Off. Yeah, Book Off. That thing was cool.
Zach, I'm sure, man. Like, what if you could tell us what you haven't been struggling to get at this point? I'm sure that'd be a much smaller list.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now.
Yep, and we would be more surprised, because no one's surprised that you're having a hard time.
We appreciate your hard efforts, man, because I can only imagine how difficult that is right now.
We appreciate your everything. My God, that is a tasty beer.
Yeah, you have the TriStar one, definitely the purple.
Yeah. So, anyways, I saw it, the price tag on it, and I went out and Googled it, and it was like as much or greater than the price that it was in the store, and I was like, fine, fuck it, I'm gonna go buy it. And I went back and I bought it. Same deal with the Forbidden Planet UFO that I found, like in the plastic, like couldn't walk.
Take it now.
I walked out of that store, in and out of that store 3 times that day.
Yeah, containers, steel containers are very, very expensive. I would imagine at least double the price they were pre-COVID.
Yeah, man, that shit's all wacky.
I know from work, I was just talking to the person who does our garbage. We sub it out, our trash pickup, and like roll-off dumpsters are literally double or triple the price to get manufactured because of steel costs. 8 times the cost. Jesus Christ. Oof.
Holy Christmas.
Oof. That
Michael Dawson, yes, you do. Buy a bunch of different kinds of models as well, Mike. Go out there and get a bunch of different things that you're interested in how they look, because you're going to be interested in making something that you're interested in how it looks, and have fun.
Make sure you get some tools and some paints too. You know?
That's wild, Zach. Yeah, exactly. Tools are always good.
A full container for $3,000 from Japan. Woo!
Racing was 25. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Did you almost throw up when they sent you that quote where you're like, you're like, I think you missed a comma in between the 2 and the 5. It's 2,500, right?
Oh, fuck. Oh my God. Sweet Christmas. That's terrible.
Yeah. Things are wild. I know So I was talking earlier about how I have the Mechanicore cassette coming, and I shipped. I did like a proxy site for Taobao, and I shipped a couple of things. So it's not the only kit that I have coming to me, but I used EMS, and it was supposed to be like, I don't know, 2 to 7 business days, and it's probably been like 10 already, and it's still not in America.
Yeah, man.
Which I can only imagine is that same concept, right? They're trying to wait and fill those containers, slat full, or they're, even fuel costs are obviously a lot more expensive now. So, fill anything they're shipping in, to the brim before they'll send it to me. So it is what it is. Luckily.
Oh shit! Yeah, Michael Dawson just got the Hunter Killer from T2. That's awesome.
Nice. Surcharges on products, for example. Yeah, I mean that's what you got to do, man. Like, I mean, I think I would. I mean, it's tough, right? Because not all consumers are educated consumers, right? But like, if I went on your site and I was going to buy whatever, a master grade or a perfect grade Unleashed, let's just say,
Jesus.
The idea
Best
that
of luck.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it being
I'll be buying an
more,
Xbox One.
it being $10 more than what it was last month, I would understand. Like, yeah, it's what it is to get it here, man.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you, because obviously, like, I have a pretty massive backlog, and a lot of it's come from all over the world, and I rarely actually save money from buying things in China or Japan by the time you equate out shipping.
Yeah, no, never. Nope. I just bought a kit today that's, I think, getting shipped from Japan as well.
Yeah.
I got a Tamiya A10 Warthog.
Nice. I would say, early on, I used to buy a lot of stuff from HLJ and use their private warehouse. And it probably worked out in my favor a couple of times, but yeah, Zach, the EMS was expensive and slow. So, not a good combination, right? Like, I'd pay more money to be fast, but DHL shipping, which is what I prefer to use for international shipping, because they're pretty solid. Yeah, solid. They get there fast, and I get good tracking. Like, it was 3 times the price as EMS. So I wasn't doing that.
No, sir. Or madam. Whoever.
Couldn't swallow that one. I was like, nope, that's okay. Like, the shipping for DHL would have been more than the kit.
Well, I mean, no, I've paid a lot in shipping over the years for certain things. So,
but this is like not, this is a pretty price taggy kit. I mean, that wasn't just shipping for that one kit, but shipping for everything would have been like $250 to $300 through DHL, and it just was, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, that's rough. Like, I've done shipping at like $100+ from overseas for one singular model, and that ended up being like 25% value wise of what the model itself cost roughly, right? So, like, I got the model for this amount and then paid 25% of that cost on top of the cost to ship it.
Yeah.
So
I know
it was a pretty penny, worth every cent though. So fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, shit, for $25,000 a container, like, that's at a point where if you could fly to Japan or China right now, you could almost pay people to fly to Japan with an empty suitcase and bring you back the models cheaper than you could get a container's worth.
I don't know, man.
Right now you can get like a red-eye flight to Tokyo for like $400. So
right, but what can you bring back?
Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot.
Think about it. Shipping container.
worth $25,000 shipping container.
Yeah, shipping. Think about it, right? Think about it. Like it's okay. So yes, they're charging premium for the cost. It's insane.
Premium
25.
on top of a premium on top of a premium.
Exactly. So what is it? Here we go. Here's a Google for us all. We'll do it right now. What is the volume of a shipping container? Volume of a shipping container is approximately 1,172 cubic feet. Right. Okay. So
my shipping costs normally equate to 10 to 15%. Yeah. I mean, like I said, so I'm looking at some Tamiya Formula One cars right now, and I found variants like where from Japan or from the United States. And this is an eBay price, so it's not not resale, like not a retail, like quite like what Zach's doing, obviously, but let's say the kit is $80 in the United States, and I can pay like $5 or $10 to get it shipped to me from there, but it's $100. Or I'm sorry, I got flipped that around. It's like $80 from Japan with $20 shipping, or I can just pay $100 and get it from the US with no shipping, or like $5 shipping or something. So it kind of almost equates out to about the same price.
So 40-foot high capacity container. So it's huge. It's
70,
totally different.
76 cubic meters.
Yeah.
That's just, I can only imagine, $25,000 is just a huge capital number to eat and shipping.
Yeah, this is 20 foot. He's doing 40. So here we go.
These damn Tamiya F1 models are stupid expensive.
Turbo capacity. I didn't ask. Asshole. Type with one hand. Survey says, all right, so 21. All right, so 2,120 square feet.
Yeah, Zach, they're hard to get.
Still, 11. So almost $12 a foot, right? A square foot. That means that each freaking model has to be roughly. I mean, each large size model. So you're gonna see an increase. Plus, think about all the other bullshit that goes along with it, because it's more than just the raw cost, right? So you're gonna look at an increase of like $20 to $30 on your Fazes, your Psychos, your anything large and fun, anything that's even harder to fuck to get anyways, like a perfect grade or something like that, is going to be an even higher step just because of the raw cost of shipping, let alone all the other crap. That's so rough, man. And that sucks as a business owner, because you don't want to but you don't want to have to pass that on to the consumer, but you have no choice.
Well, it gets really hard to compete with shipping directly from Japan or China for a consumer, right? Like for, let's say, me at that point, if I'm going to spend 30, it just makes it hard to compete, which really sucks. I mean, typically for anything I can get here, I try to get here. I would rather, spend the extra couple bucks and buy from Galactic or USA Gundam Store or something for, the average master grade, high grade stuff that comes out. To me, it's worth the investment that they're going to be here in the future for me. Now, obviously, they just don't carry some of the I do like to buy some pretty obscure or hard to get things, so those have to come from wherever they have to come from.
Because there's not a source for them right now. But the same deal with that, though, is that it's so expensive to become a source for that here that it doesn't make it worth your while.
No, because I mean, the average modeler here is not going to go out and buy a $300 Mechanic Core kit, right? Like that market's pretty small, one, And then for you to get, for a retailer to get a kit like that is like to get them in bulk or to get
dude, no, or even whatever. Right? Yeah. Like I bought a Calamity model from Luca, like
right,
not even a month
you're
ago.
not gonna find that at the local hobby shop.
Got to go right to the horse's mouth to get that. And I'm super looking forward to it. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna build it up, make it super crazy, and put it in Mosquito Con next year. Sorry. I laughed because I won Mosquito Con on that this year. Not one, but won my division.
Yeah.
I
don't think they care about resin. I mean, I think they care when it's. I don't know if they care enough to go after every resin manufacturer because they're usually in such a small amount that it's hard.
They're not going to try to squash my little ass for trying to make some fun.
Right.
Some of these down here. Y'all thought that I was fucking.
Or even a like a Stickler Studio or something like that. When you really think about how many units they produce, it's pretty small. But I don't think they'd be real happy with retailers who they have, who they have deals with, as far as selling like through, Bluefin or whatever, carrying a bunch of third-party or resin kits. I mean, a good amount of what we do resin-wise has to do with dress-up kits or conversion kits. So you do need a Bandai kit to start off with, but it's still like if, let's say, you're converting, I don't even know, like one thing into another, you're still taking them away. You're taking it away from the master grade they could sell you so that you wouldn't convert to it. You know what I mean?
Well, so I made
assuming they make one.
So exactly. So it's something they don't make, right? So I made a full city master grade that converts from both the full city rebake and the Barbatos sixth form, fourth form, and lupus, I think, but not the Rex. All can convert into my full city 100 scale model, which is wild. Just like Pabs thinks it's wild to see Paul without the wild lights.
What color you want, Pabs?
Any color you want.
Any color you want, man.
But yeah, so they're not going to bite on me because they're not making that. They're not about to make that. They don't even reprint the rebake anymore. That's why I had to do a whole shitload of extra work to make it available to be compatible with the Barbatos, because it is not normally compatible with the Barbatos. No fucking way. So yeah, that's what you do when you're bored during quarantine.
You make stuff.
Yeah, you continue to make more and more and more. You get boxes of models or boxes of molds, and models. I only have this one very small box of duds and extras. I think I gave a bunch to Julio too. Where the hell Julio is?
Jules.
All
right. I am going to be right back. I am going to grab something to drink.
Do it.
I'll be back, guys.
Do it. I beseech you. All right. Okay. So, what is next? I think I want to build an auto kit. How many Paul left? I think that I want to build an automotive kit. I haven't built an auto in a while. I know this winter I'm going to do a half track military kit that I got. I got it. It's a AFV half track, the M16 or M16 meat chopper. It's going to be pretty awesome. I'm very fucking excited to build it because it is so detailed and it's so interesting. It's got all the fun things. It clicks all the buttons and hits all the bells. Anyway, Julio, hi, welcome. What's up, buddy? What about building a Haro? Look, dude. That's all I got to say about that. I did get this really great kit here from my friend Andy. It's pretty righteous. 1/25th scale, little VW mod. I'm going to open it up because there's no way in hell I'm giving it away to anyone or selling it to anybody else. It's going to be mine. I tried. Watching Jungle Cruise. See, I tried watching that and I made it about 4 rock peck pumps into it. And then I got out of it. Fell asleep. Couldn't take it. The rock is putting me to sleep. Tragic. Plus it was hella late. Oh, dude. This thing is so cool. Andy, you know what? Bless you for not having opened this and looked at it. Because if he looked at this, he would probably be like, I gotta build this. Yo, this. Look at how little this thing is. Look at the body.
Oh, is that the little Volkswagen?
That's a little Gran Turismo Volkswagen. Dude, that is this all. This is gonna be so much fun to do. Oh my gosh. It may not be the one that I build, but I'm very, very stoked on it. Searching for a Fast and Furious friend, super.
Hello,
Yeah.
I was watching Jungle Cruise. What the?
Yeah,
Why?
I'll watch it.
Is that the Rock movie?
Yeah, it's The Rock and Emily Blunt. Yeah, and a bunch of people, and it's based on a Disney movie, and it's kind of like
It is based
Pirates
on
of the
a
Caribbean
Disney ride.
meets Anaconda.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell.
Yeah, we've been on the ride many times.
I know, Paul, because you have no choice.
I have no choice.
You're married to the Disney.
Freak. We'll call her freak. She probably won't like that.
I'll tell Sylvia you called her.
Yeah. My wife wanted to watch it. I got you, Paps. I was just kidding.
I want to watch exactly. Yeah, no problem.
I was
Oh
just
man.
giving you shit, man. Thank you.
The man.
Super cool eye. Jungle Cruise has an absolutely brilliant orchestrated arrangement of Nothing Else Matters by Metallica.
Wow.
Okay. Dwayne is a
kinda
boring
cool.
actor now. I don't know if Dwayne was ever an exciting actor.
I don't, he's not that boring, but I don't mind. I don't mind.
He seems
Chris
like
is not on
he is
vacation.
an incredibly hardworking guy. But yeah, I mean,
Uh,
he knows his place too. That's what I've always enjoyed about him. Like he knows, like I am
Very-
not.
He's very self-aware.
Yeah, he's a little overexposed right now, I will say. But hey, make it while you can, man. Because I'm sure Brendan Fraser wishes he made more movies when he was at the top, right? And now he's.
I mean, he made some really bad movies. He was in Monkey Bone, and he was in
Georgia the Jungle.
Georgia the Jungle, and he was in that one with Elizabeth Hurley, where she was.
I
the
like
devil.
that movie. Bedazzled? Is it Bedazzled?
Bedazzled, right? Yeah,
That was a good
it's
movie, man.
okay. Yeah, it's right up there with like Old School and like that like drinking or hungover on a Sunday
Yeah.
kind of flick. Yeah, or like Fargo, or
I
like
saw that, Jay. He is coming
there's a
back.
bunch of-
He's doing a is it a Scorsese movie?
It's like Monkey Bone was great. Don't talk shit about Monkey Bone, motherfucker. He chimes in real quick. Computer going.
He finally comes in from Monkey Bone. Yeah, I saw that someone
Everybody
did
has
an interview recently with Brendan Fraser, like, and it wasn't like, you know, E! News or something like that. It was like a TikToker. I don't know how the hell she got Brendan Fraser on, and he's wearing a cowboy hat, but it was a pretty cool interview. She told him how like the whole internet is rooting for him to make a comeback, and he kind of got choked up.
I like Brendan Fraser.
Yeah,
I own Encino Man.
Encino Man's great.
Yeah,
I like the Mummy. Like the first Mummy was, I thought pretty good.
Yes, before they got into bad CG. Hey, speaking of bad CG in the Mummy, The Rock. Nice.
Yeah, I saw that Pabs about his and he went through like a divorce and a bunch of other stuff, but
how it goes.
But yeah, I mean, he's supposedly coming out with, he's doing a Scorsese movie with I think it's Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio, and I forget who else is in it, so it might be interesting.
Nice. Check out Doom Patrol. Oh, hey, all right, Michael Dawson. Have a good one, man. I was about to go like this and be like, here's another one of the models that I got recently. I got Step Mosquito Con. And I was thinking about building this.
That is cool. Man, I think you should do some wild paint on that.
I know, right?
Like get some metal flake in there, get some all sorts of whatever you can put.
I don't know, man. The body color that it's molded in is incredibly stark.
That is it like that oh. Whoa.
It's literally just white.
That is not green.
Nope. No, they intend you to paint it. But yo, check this out. This is hype. And sort of not, because at the same time, people will hem and haw at this. There is not one chromed runner, not two chromed runners, but 3 chromed runners and a gold chromed runner as well.
That's how you know it's cool.
On top of, I got to be careful because this plastic is all well over 20 years old. All of the rest of the white runners, the clears, and the rubber tires. Wow. You know that I want to do this thing justice, but at the same time, I kind of also want to do it as like a chop top rod with slicks and a whole blower and shit, because that's kind of my style. This thing is insane. Man. I do feel like this is all right. Cool. Yeah, this is just fit. So these parts are just test fit together. So I was worried because I was like, if this is all one piece,
I was gonna say typically the floor is always a separate.
Yeah.
Contraction.
So yeah. But the floorboards, the whole floorboards, that's all that is all one piece. Obviously. So I would do it like a rocker and chop the hood and flip it and then add that padded seat in the back and then gas it up and blow it out with slicks from one of my funny car kits. Oh, fuck. That's a great fucking idea. I forgot that I had those funny car kits that I got for the Mad Max build we were doing for the Doof Discord.
Yeah. I still have. I think I have like a 32 Ford for that.
I know you do, bro. Shit. Wow, this could be a really fun like handful of months modeling prior to the next Mosquito Con.
Hey, man.
Get that IPMS. Fun stuff.
Man. I would love to do. I mean, talk about the challenge.
The decals like are just so yellowed.
Yeah, but
good
like
thing I paint everything.
A lowrider paint job on a model kit, like with all that flake and those like wild patterns on it and shit, and like the, the lace and all. Oh, that would be so dope. So dope.
Hard as fuck to do, but
yeah, on that side, on that scale, man. and all of that wet sanding and polishing to get that
The shine,
glass look.
like the right shine, and the opacity from the layers of all the clear.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
get like the fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, but
This is
so
pretty
cool
hype.
looking.
All right, cool. That's a fun one. All right, I'm stoked about 2 car models I got.
Invisible
See.
moths.
Zach says,
that would be cool.
let's see. Yeah, what Zach says, we try to do a model as an old car. It hits the same paint job, like visible mods. If you had mods, like for me, it'd be like, I'm gonna find a 1996 Corsica model and like just beat the holy shit out of it.
A real sharp looking Chevette.
Just like, yeah, right? Just like the roof is all pulled down inside because my drunk buddy was like picking at my ceiling when it was real humid one
headliner.
night, and it started separating everything, and then like, yeah, and the sunburn from that winter I had to follow the snowplow to try and get back home for Christmas. And did I ever finish up that Ramos rods? Jay Santos, I did not even do more than barely crack the Ramos rod. So the Ramos rod is going to go to the next Mosquito Con alongside with the half-track meat chopper. So I'm going to do a little bit of like column A, column B, where I have like the super high quality, like AFV or whatever the hell it is, model of the meat chopper, and then like the comical-esque but like still do the whole spin on it, like with the real deal touches and the techniques and everything for the Ramos rod with the skeletons in it. So I think that'd be pretty hype to have the 2 of those, like different scales, obviously, because the Ramos rod is like 1 to, I think it's 1 to 24, and the other one's 1 to 32, so, or 35 armor scale.
Nice car, Zach. 98. Was that C5 yet, or was that still a C4? Had a roll bar on the inside.
Yo, that's what I'm talking about, Zach. That is what you should do.
Do it. You could use
this
runner to make yourself a roll cage. C5. Okay.
And if it needs to run, I mean, evergreen styrene, I'll send you some of mine. I don't care. Like,
I mean, you could probably find a piece of runner that's like the perfect shape. You know, you just nip it.
If you
and,
have
it fits in there.
photos of all of these things,
it's probably just like a 4-point runner, like a cage. Mm-hmm. Like I doubt it went through the back.
Like an yeah, it's probably not a full.
More of a loop. So
yeah, not like a full like built out like a NASCAR or something would be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I built a bunch of those models back in the day. So,
NASCAR models.
Hell yeah, dude! Earnhardt, baby.
Yeah.
Come on,
Richard Petty.
Oh, dude. Yeah, one of my faves was my Bigfoot. Bigfoot was hype.
Bigfoot is always cool.
That was fun, dude. I did 57 flare side in like metallic flake, and like hand painted the engine and all the mad details inside the control, like the control panels. It was very simplistic steering console and like just all that. Dude, it was so fun. That thing was such a beautiful kit. Shelby Cobra, that one was pimping too. I did this fucking sick as fuck, like a Bronco, like a old school Bronco, like white and red with a tan interior, big wheels, but it was towing a trailer with a fishing boat on it, like a trolling motor on the front and like a fucking outboard on the back, like the whole thing, the whole rig. Like that model was crazy sick. That was like 1992.
I did a lot of like supercars because like when I was a kid, man, I loved like the Lamborghini Countach with the doors.
Yes, yes.
I had I think a Lamborghini Miura as well. So on the Miura, the whole back of the car opens up reverse.
Oh, nice.
Like, and that's where the engine is. But it's
just like a whole thing pops out, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Probably like a Ferrari F40. It had to be red, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Red.
Yeah. I did a handful of supers as well. They're still so fun, dude.
And I
I was
definitely
more
did
into that,
some
like,
big trucks because like big trucks are cool, especially when you're 8. Like nothing's cooler than a giant
hell
ass
yeah,
truck.
yeah, or whatever. I'm 42. It can be
Yeah.
cool too.
Oh, I
you
know, but like you're especially like when you're
well, yeah, when
something
you're
about when
little,
you're a kid,
yeah,
it's like
yeah, it's a whole
wild
different
looking.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my neighbor in Brooklyn had an MR2, a Toyota MR2, and I thought that was like the coolest car ever. I have no idea why. Like I think I had a model of that as well.
Judge not, lest ye be judged, man.
Yeah. What's up, Colin? Mopar or bust. Yeah.
Gotta get Colin back on a stream soon. I got out of the funk when I did the move, so everything's been a little bit. Oh shit! Here we go, Zach.
Cargo vroom vroom. Yeah, I definitely did some plane models as well, just because they probably looked absolutely fucking horrible. But
yeah, I wasn't painting a lot of my planes back in the day, or my
No.
helicopters, or
yeah,
I was still applying
hard,
waterside
I mean.
decals, but I was not like going full on.
No.
That's fucking sexy. Yeah, I'll share it with Paul in the private. I'm not about to blow up. Save.
Hello.
Oh, nice. Bruise and Bruise build is going down so good right now. You guys don't know Bruise and Bruise is more of a traditional modeler working on is it a Sherman? What is that? Here we go. Churchill. With a bunch of drape and natural stuff that just looks so fucking good. Well done, man. He ain't watching. He'll never see this, but still.
Good job.
Yeah, it's all good. Maybe Matt Sprucut will watch sometime and check it out. I got distracted. The hell was I looking for? It's the problem when you see cool shit. You're like, squirrel. Oh,
Yeah.
you're thinking about shit.
I do that all the time on Instagram when, and maybe a chat or someone will send me something, be like, oh, go look at, so-and-so's post. I'm like, all right. And I'll start scrolling down and something will catch my attention. And next thing, like 20 minutes go by of me just looking at something stupid. And I'm like, why did I get on Instagram again? I feel like someone told me to do something.
All right, I got you. Boom. I sent you it on IG. I haven't sent you a message like personally on IG because of the chats.
Yeah. Damn, Zach. Very nice.
Since fucking October of last year. Yeah, that's the way things go. Gonna buy another someday? Respect.
Hell yeah, man.
You were looking for the hobbits to go to Isengard. Cute, John Lynn. Did you not see my new hairstyle? How wizardly is this?
He arrives precisely when he needs to.
Leave my haircut alone. Yeah, definitely, Sam. Luckily, it was just a frickin' sensor.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, Instagram will sometimes be my black hole of like, oh, what's that? Like, especially when you find a good content creator and you're like, oh shit, and the next thing you know, you're like just through their page, like, how did he do that? What is that? Oh, great idea.
Or I found this DJ that does like mad remixes recently, and like just started following him, and I was like, oh shit, they're on YouTube following YouTube shit. Yeah.
Oh, dude, sometimes YouTube will be like a 6-hour black hole for me, where like I'll find something and I'll go through the channel, and next thing you know, like, especially with modeling, like I'll find myself getting into things that I, like oh, I didn't know motorcycle models were so cool. Like, and then
Oh,
I'm
dude,
like,
they are so cool.
right. But I mean, just
Yo.
anything, like any kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, I never looked at historical busts before.
Mhm.
Next thing you know, I've watched 5 hours worth of videos, and I've loaded up my cart with shit on some
Yeah.
website to buy all of it.
Yeah, it's funny. Like since I've been outside of the like fabrication world, like since the whole thing went down and I stopped doing work with the metal company or the metal fabricators, like I've lately been getting into watching people build shit because I'm not building stuff, and I did it for 25 years of my life, so like yeah, pretty wild.
Have you thought about doing like small form pieces, like furniture or like custom little things for
Potentially, I
sales
need the thing
in
with
your
it is you
shop?
need a bunch of tooling, you need shop and stuff like that. So what we're working on here at the house is just like shoring up everything here within the house itself to make everything nice to live in. And then now I'm starting to work on the property itself a little bit. So I've been doing some work tending the yard and amending the grounds because where we live it's incredibly sandy and very good drainage, but that means that there isn't a lot of organic matter around, so you have to kind of keep supplementing and then doing things with like inoculating with different kinds of bacterias and stuff like that. This comes with my landscaping background from back when I was in my early 20s, so like doing that kind of stuff and making sure that I'm like enriching the soil. And I'm also going to work on building a new shed. So there's an old shed on the property. I'm going to build a new shed, which is fine. I don't have to worry about permits or anything like that. I just want to make sure that I do it right. So I'm working on the planning stages for doing that right now. I've got the area more or less figured out where I want it to move it to. And then where the old shed is, we're going to plant a garden, have like a nice garden space there. So I think that that's going to be pretty hype. But once that shed gets built and we can have a little bit more flex storage and a little bit more flex workspace, then I can get into doing things where I can run my compressor and do casting and stuff that I can't necessarily do within my very small, clean home, things that I can do in a more dirty space. So it's like a little bit of a roll. It's a lot of like steps to go through and expenditures and stuff, but it's just a little bit of a matter of time. And yeah, money just comes and goes. It's just, you can't take it with you,
Yeah.
So rather have it to experience with now.
Sure.
Yeah. So I have thought about it, trust, and I've thought about a lot of things because I've got people contacting me to try to go and teach workshops on metal finishing because of all the metal stuff that I learned through my years of doing all that stuff that people don't do anymore that I know. And then people want to to learn that shit because people don't know it and they can't do it. And I like to tell people, oh, how'd you do that? And I say, oh, I used the force. And they're like, what? I'm like, it just works. But I know how it works. You can't tell them, though. Not
force
everything
works.
Can't tell everything.
The midichlorian count, obviously.
Nah. That's one thing. It's like, yeah. How do you weld?
You do.
I know. I know how to weld a lot of things, a lot of different ways with a lot of different tools. You can't just be like, oh, well, you do this and that, and Bob's your uncle. There's a lot that goes into it, and some of it is feeling, like no lie, and that kind of goes into modeling as well. Even using your airbrush properly goes into a feeling.
That is one of like. A lot of people ask the questions about mixing paint or airbrushing in general, and I find that very hard to answer. Like, oh, how do you know your paint's thin enough? Just by feeling, man. I really don't know how to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, and really,
I can tell by like consistency, and like you can. I guess you could call it skim milk. I don't know if that's right or not. Like, I'm not sure. I just spray it a couple of times, and I tell people like just. Try it, and then if it doesn't work, you just add a little more thinner, and then you try it again, and then that doesn't work.
And if it comes out too light, then you add more paint or whatever.
Right.
It's just that's deductive reasoning.
You also have some.
How do you teach that?
Right. You have some range too, where like if the paint's a little too thin, you ease up on the trigger a little bit, and you can get
And
away with it.
that's right, and
Right.
that's tool operation. But you need a specific tool, so you need at least a dual action airbrush to be able to do something like that.
Julio tells him to Google it.
I know, of course. No fucking Julio. And Thomas Staten, yeah, I can do all those. It just depends. And various other versions of them. So I can MIG, steel, and aluminum. I mean, obviously stainless is stainless. Same with TIG. I can TIG all those things. And brass. And I can braze. And I'm an exceptional former as well as a machinist and designer. I can do all the metal stuff. I'm tired of it, though. Not gonna lie.
Google it. You want to learn how to mix paint, but it is tough because I think most people ask, obviously, like who asks? People who don't have a lot of experience in it, right?
Sure. Yeah.
How do I mix paint? And you feel like an asshole when you're like, I just do it by feel. Like, I want to tell you more, but like I really it's the one time where I'm like, why don't you go get some spoons and just go to town? Mix some shit up.
Well, a little bit of it, kind of. Yeah, like that's where I now, because I've been listening to the some of the podcasts I've been listening to and like getting a wider feel for the greater scale modeling universe beyond just like the narrow field of Gundam and Mecha. The painting mule is a fabulous thing, and the painting mule is basically just like a model, whatever the heck it is, that you paint on to test your paint out.
Yeah.
So it can be an airplane model or a boat or a tank or a Gundam or a whatever. It doesn't matter. It can be part of a Gundam. It doesn't extra parts. It doesn't matter. Just so that you can test out the theory, that you're doing.
The first person I saw use that was Gundam UK. He had like Simon. Yeah, he had like a GM of some sort, like maybe the master grade GM, and he would like just throw some paint on it or like try a weathering technique or something. Whatever he was doing, I suppose. I think that was the first time I saw or heard that term. But yeah, great idea.
Yeah, it's a great thing too. So gives, and then what you can just strip it and repaint it again, and it's a great thing to do with a model that you're working on that doesn't come out quite right. So, or a kit that you bought that you're putting together that just turns out to be just a real trouble. A real sore spot. Like if you try to put something together and it just kind of goes south, like real south, and you're like, don't just throw it away or don't get mad and crush it like Z crushes it with the little size 5s. Like you wanna save it and use it to paint on and maybe keep it around to there's context for that statement.
Yes.
Yeah. So cover with more paint and make
at the very worst, it could end up being some great parts, right? Right.
Oh,
one of those parts might come in handy.
Sure. I'm talking about like say like a plane model or something like that, where you like glue the fuselage together, you like glue the engine or parts of the assembly that are visible together and put the wings on or something, and it just ends up being like the proportions are weird, or these seams were really like kind of rough, and like I'm not really feeling the vibe on it. Instead of just being like, whatever, it was only a $14 Airfix model, tossing it to the bin. Be like, all right, what happens if I take bright orange and teal and spray them very close to each other? Like what happens if I pre-shade a modulation of a mix of green and red and then go on top of that with a taupe color? Like what happens if so it just gives you a chance to try things out. You really experiment with your color palettes and work with the relationship between colors, because like what we're seeing from the stuff that we paint, you're not just seeing like that color reflected directly off of it, unless you just fucking ham-fist it with a rattle can, and that's all that it is. It's like super opaque, like bar of paint. But like the stuff that I try to do is I deal with layers of paint and opacities, and I try to deal with depth, and I want to make that color really pop out and that paint really work with the forms of the model, which goes on. Get a little Lexus snip right now. I apologize.
I had like one of the earlier kits I built. I intended to paint was the high grade high gog. Oh god,
Yes, yeah. I know,
and
right?
you know, like if you guys have ever seen that kit or put it together, all of it is a seam line, like the whole goddamn kit. And even the joints in between all of those sections of the arms are have seams in them, right? It's two pieces sandwiched together. So anyway, I was gluing one of the joints together, like, you know, erasing the seam line, and I ended up gluing like an actual joint on accident. Right. So like the hand was stuck like that or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, it's
but
the arm, because the arm segments, there's like a segment inside and all in it. It's
you still there?
yeah. I'm here.
Oh, okay. You matrix.
Oh, what, digital? No, I
Yeah.
didn't. I just, I think it was because I had Julio's hashtag up. It was fucking with the Matrix.
So rather than throw it away though, because I mean like the it wasn't like the pose I wanted to do or whatever, it was pretty shot. I tried like 5 different ways of sealing seams on the arms. Like it was like, well, let me find which way I like best, right? Like I did, you know, I the typical like super thin cement and sandwiched it together and got the ridge. I used another one where I did like super glue, and I used another one where I did like Tamiya putty, you know, and just found out like, hey, this is what I like about this is what I don't like about that. But what are these people doing? But yeah, anyway, so the model was ended up being, you know, shot, but I still got some use out of it.
Absolutely.
And I threw all the parts I didn't glue together into a basket, and I'm sure I'll use them somewhere.
Of course. Are you kidding me? Like it's a font of wonderful little greebly bits.
Yeah,
details.
I forgot I had those big like canisters too. I'm sure that would be cool somewhere.
Yeah, those big orange canisters or whatever that are supposed to go around like the arms, I think, right? Or,
yeah, they go. Yeah, they like clam around the
so
the lower
weird.
arm.
So weird.
I want that now. I want that damn kit again.
I think well, you used to be able to still get it.
Yeah,
actually, it's
I'm sure
harder to get hold of than you think.
You know what? Here we go.
Here you go. Give it a look. See, I got a high gog and 2 master grade gogs, all at the same time, and I was lucky. Shortly thereafter, that was hard to find.
They have it on Amazon for like $20. That's not bad.
Oh, that's pretty normal, actually. Yeah.
I'm good with that. I would be good with that.
Yeah, I think I got mine for 15 or whatever, but it's what it is.
Yeah.
Surge pricing.
Yeah. Hashtag better. Hashtag raised better. Hashtag maybe it's Maybelline.
Hashtag born better. Hashtag wish better. Hashtag better butter makes a butter burger better. If you're familiar with butter burgers.
I am. Not from a restaurant, but I have made them.
Hey, there you go. Talking about Culver's.
Yeah, it looks accessible enough. They actually it's back ordered, but they have it in Hobby Link Japan for $10.09 American.
There you go.
Shipping $30.
Yep. Most likely. Better get it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I kind of want one of those now. Ribs and cornbread.
Mm-hmm.
Julio.
Last night it was grilled fish and corn on the cob. Potato salad. Tonight it was pork chop with rice pilaf and mixed vegetables. And the chop cut was fucking that thick. No fucking lie. That fucking thick.
I had fried rice and gyoza.
Respect. She sounds delicious. I was trying to get Colleen to order Chinese food tonight. She didn't want to. Okay. I was reminded I have chores still.
Uh-oh.
Gotta take out the trash. Worth it.
Trash was this morning for me.
Yeah. Julio says hashtag Jersey groceries. Yeah, it's called just, living in a place that isn't like taxed for no reason and then shopping the sales. Get those sales.
Clipping the coupons.
Clipping coupons.
Clipping coupons. No more clipping nubs. Clipping coupons.
Only coupons. Only is this new site. Only coupons. Hey yo, my name is Jude. You can find me on my only coupon site.
Do you pay in coupons or?
No, you send me coupons. I use them to buy my groceries.
Only coupons.
Perfect. I want to see what that happens because there's a delay between now and the chat.
Clipping deals. That's a good one. Clipping deals.
This is a tasty, tasty beer.
Which one is that?
This is the Ocean of Storms Imperial Pastry Stout I was talking about on Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah.
With salted caramel, cocoa nibs, and Oreo cookies. Dude, it is a tasty, tasty beverage. I mean, I lined it up prior to that with an Edmunds Oast. Really, Edmunds Oast Brewery. This is the sour apple. Just
okay.
like
a nice
tart,
balance there between
like,
tartness and sweet.
Like that great crisp bite of of like a Granny Smith, that you like that juice that you get out of that first bite or the bites from it or whatever, but you don't get like all of it. Like that is what every drop of this beer tastes like. Delicious. Well done. From Charleston, South Carolina, the Ocean of Storms. Where the hell are you guys from? That's from Laughgill and Wickwolf. Wicklow Wolf. I have no clue what the hell they are. Laughing Gill Brewery, wicklowwolf.com. Motherfucking Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah, brewed and packaged by Lochgill Brewery in Sligo, Ireland. Imported by Remarkable Liquids in Guilderland Center, New York.
Okay.
Who'd have thought that a place called Guilderland Center would be dealing with Ireland? I am not surprised.
The Guilderland.
Need to add more hamsters.
To the wheel.
Mine? Was that choppy?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
You're a little delayed from voice to mouth. You're Godzilla movieing right now.
Well, maybe we should call it.
Yeah, getting to be about 11, right? After
It is
11?
Just slightly. We started a little late, so. I don't know where can they find you?
Hey, I am Gunpla Paul on Instagram and here on YouTube, and stream with this guy on Thursday and some other guys on Tuesday occasionally. This weekend, there's some cool stuff coming up. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but a podcast that Brian, Chris, Julio are on is coming out tomorrow. Pabs has a a photography stream on Saturday, which is really awesome. If you guys haven't watched the first run of that, he did it a couple of weeks ago. It was really, really great information. So go back and watch that, and then watch the one he's doing on Saturday. I believe there's a mechanism tomorrow as well with Tim. I'm sure Brian will probably be on. So yeah, it should be a good weekend for Gunpla stuffs. So enjoy it.
Exactly. How am I choppy?
You're good now, man.
I'm good now. Okay.
All clear.
Sometimes she gets a little spotty occasionally. Is what it is. Turned off the old Xbox. Probably helped out just a little bit. But the funny thing is, all of the other stuff that was in the other room shut off, and then my internet went funky. So I don't fucking know what happened.
It's the Xbox.
Regardless, I'm me. I drink good beers. If you can find that out, Edmund's Oast Brewing Company, and then this other one from Ireland, Ocean of Storms. Very, very good. Yeah. Mechanism tomorrow. GTS, Pabs on GTS, Venom talk show thing, podcast or something like that. Check it out. Google it. It's the easiest way to find it out. Yeah, Mechanism tomorrow. Pabs is doing a photo tutorial number 2 on Saturday. Half of it, like the latter half of it, is phone tutorial stuff. The first half is like kind of like dealing with what you got, I think, like setup and stuff like that. 100% sure. Check it out. It's gonna be great.
No photo booth. Like
right. Yeah. There it is. Working with your surroundings. And sounds like you need to use a different channel for my laptop. I'm gonna take you over my knee, little boy, and spank you. Pabs.
You need to adjust the rabbit ears.
There is no Fox viewing. There is no Fox viewing.
Flip the RF adapter from channel 3 to channel 4.
I'm on the coast, man. I'm 40 feet from the ocean right now. Things are going to be weird occasionally. Yeah, so come check those cool things out. Next week, we're going to be back doing more streams. Tuesdays with me, Wednesdays with Julio. Again, Thursdays back here with Workbench. Doing that stuff, shaking that thing, making cool models, and having a really good time. Hope that you guys are out there staying safe, practicing your social distancing, wearing a mask, and being respectful of that shit, because Christ, we all need it.
And
if everybody vaccinated, works together.
Please.
Hell yeah. Okay. When you can get vaccinated. Don't resist it, because you aren't doing anything but being weird and dumb for your own natural respect. If you want to be weird and dumb by yourself, then go get a little patch of land 150,000 miles from anyone else ever, anywhere, ever, and just don't talk to anyone ever again.
I like it.
That's absolutely unreasonable. Go live on the moon. No, I'm joking. Just please be safe and be conscientious and think about other people as well as you think about yourself and your own safety. Be safe, be happy, build cool stuff. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.